Tell me a little bit something about yourself, man. Tell them what you about.
I'm out here in Cali, man. I moved out here about 5 years ago from Milwaukee. Came out here to do this rap shit, man. Signed with For Life.
Tell me how you hooked up with For Life.
I met him back in about 2000, and I had did some CDs before I moved out here, and some shit when I was living out here from 98 to 2000, and one of the CDs got over the slip.
Right.
And cool, so they arranged an interview with my manager and came over here and everything was cool.
What do you think about the quickness of the success of For Life, man? You know what I'm saying? It just blew up, you know, recently, you know what I'm saying? But it's been going down for a long time, but then it's just been growing so fast over, you know what I'm saying, these past months, you know, this past few times, man. How do you think, you know what I'm saying, like, how does that affect you guys? You know what I'm saying? You guys are blowing up so quick, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's saying, yeah, you guys are the next big thing, you know? How do you feel about that, man?
Man, I feel it feels good, you know?
Right.
I mean, we've been over here pushing for a long time.
Right.
Dale Dog, the president and CEO of the company, he's really been dumping a lot of money into promotion. And we got street teams out there, man. We've been doing shows. We've really been out there promoting, handing out flyers. We've been doing it for years.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, it's just all starting to bubble up and come to the top of the pot, and it's about to overflow.
Crisstyle, man, you know what I'm saying? You signed on with For Life Records, am I right? You signed on as a rapper, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, how long have you been rapping?
I've been rapping probably about 10, 11 years right now.
11 years? Okay, but like I read in your interview that you also like to produce, am I right?
Yeah, I started off producing. Really. I was in Milwaukee. I started doing house and trance and stuff like that. You know, because the Midwest, they got a lot of house. In Chicago, a lot of house, trance, and that scene is real big out there, and that's what I started doing. And then I met up with some cats out there, and then we, you know, started getting into rap production and everything.
Yeah.
And then started writing. You know, they were asking me, you know, write a hook or do this or do that, and I would come up with little ideas. So then I started writing some shit, and that's how I got into it, really.
Okay, cool. Sounds good, man. Crisstyle, man, how do you feel about, you know what I'm saying, like the industry right now being taken over, you know what I'm saying, by, you know, East Coast music, down South punk, you know what I'm saying, party music, and, you know, the West Coast just really not, you know, making big appearance as they should be, you know what I'm saying? How do you feel, you know what I'm saying, like about that in general, how everything else is coming up?
I mean, that's predictable. If you look at the East Coast, a lot of the camps out there, they work together, or they got good structure out there with the businesses. Down South, man, they support the artists. Artists come out, man, their stuff is hot, it's getting on the radio. Out in the West, you got hot artists, man, you got camps and stuff like that all over the place, you know what I mean? Right. It's all over the U.S.
That's right.
But the West Coast is, you know, you can't get on the radio. I mean, it's damn near impossible unless you know somebody.
Like, why do you think
it's that big connection?
Yeah, like, why do you think, what's the reason you think that, like, that's the way it is right now? How come, you know what I'm saying, West Coast people, you know, can't get on the radio, even on the West Coast?
You know, the West Coast got the gangster image and all the stuff that happened out here,
right,
you know, 6, 7 years ago, man. You know, I don't blame them, but at the same time, again, you got to let a new camp, a new breed come into the game. And that's why we coming in the game as a new breed.